Hi, Shelby here. I'm on this amazing adventure with the Windjammer cruises, and I thought it would be a great time to talk about what I experienced. I know some of you have been on Windjammer, and that's great, you know what to expect. But if you've just been on only cruise ships, it's kind of important to know a few things. It's a really fun-loving, good time, real true sailing. It's no frills. It's very charming. The boat, by the way, has had about 100 years at sea. 100. So it's been refurbished a few times, but it is a charming vessel, but it's not new or luxury line. So I just want to make sure it's a different experience than the cruise ships altogether. A few things that are great about this experience, besides having Captain Sly at the helm, who is amazing, is going to all these islands. We go to the most remote islands, places I've never been to in my 15 years at sea, and it's real Caribbean charm. I mean, it's the old way. Some of them don't even have running water. It is really authentic stuff. You're not going to get any tourism. I didn't even get asked to buy anything. We never got stopped once, so that was really cool. And going to 2 islands a day is so fun. It's like you're island hopping on your own private yacht. It's amazing. But it is something to remember too, that you have to go on the tenders to get into the dock, and sometimes you have a wet landing, sometimes you have a dry landing, but the tenders are in the ocean, so they're smaller than a big cruise ship, and they're moving and grooving. So it's really important that you understand you want to have the right shoes, something like Tevas or a sandal that has a strap on it, not flip-flops. You know, you definitely want to be able to have something that's structured and has a lot of support. Also, even if you're not sick on a cruise ship and you don't feel like you ever get seasick like myself, I really recommend that you bring some Dramamine or those patches that you put behind your ears. Ask your doctors about those, because it really rocks a lot more than a cruise ship, because it's a lot smaller. So it's important that you realize that. I mean, it's not going to be a smooth sail like you're used to on a cruise ship. There's no need to worry about you bringing your hair dryer, for instance. That never happened. I brought one, but it never happened. Bring at least 3 bathing suits, I recommend, because you're always drying out one for the next one. So you're hanging one up on the wall and you're drying out the other 2, and then you'll have one to wear. So bring at least 3 bathing suits. Just so you know the way the food works, the meals are served at a certain time, and there's going to be a bell that they ring, a little ding ding ding, and that's your time to go eat. That's when food is served, is when you eat. There's no food in your cabin, there's no room service or anything like that. You have to go when it's called, or you miss that meal. So when the bell rings, that's when you go to food. Also, it's not like the cruise ships with activities. It's not like an hour by hour schedule like that. Everything is ish here. The time is very ish, and where you're going is kind of ish, because that depends on the weather, on the sail, on who's in port, and what the situation is. So it's all ish here. But when that bell rings for the food, you're not going to order your meal. You get everything. Everyone gets the same thing. If you do have some dietary restrictions or anything, just let the crew know. They'll be happy to help. But for instance, it's a big variety. Some days we had like breakfast with eggs, sometimes pancakes. They serve snacks as well. Your lunch might be a hamburger or some sandwiches. Dinner was usually a home cooked meal. So, you know, chicken with some rice and some vegetables, or pork or ribs, or it was always different. They really kept it eclectic. But you do have to be there at mealtime. As far as getting back on and off the ship, they tell you in the morning at Captain's Story Time, which you can't miss. It's kind of a debriefing of what's going on in the whole day. So you definitely need to be there, and they'll ring the bell and let you know when that is. It's going to be activities. They do have things like Battle of the Sexes, and they have a fun costume party night, and a few other fun things that they do in the evening, and it'll be on the written board on the schedule. So everything changes every day, and we're not able to preempt this because everything is ish. You're not sure where you're going to be or how they're going to do the schedule at each day, but you will know by going downstairs and seeing all the writing on the wall. So I hope these tips have helped. My name's Shelby. You're fabulous. Let me know if you have any questions.